you're just living in, like, my inner child was at its peak, you know? I felt like I was in Disney World. I got involved sort of in the normal casting process. I sent it a tape, and then I was in, I think I was in Paris, and they called me and they were like, they want you to go in and test for Andor in London. But it was right when like COVID started happening and no one really knew what was going on. And I remember calling my mom and I was like, Mom, should I go? Do I wait for this whole COVID thing to be done? Because it'll be done in a week. You know, that's obviously what we all thought. And she's like, you have to go. You're a swan. You could swim in a lake of and not get stained. Let the force be with you. It was like, okay. She hung up the phone on me, which has never happened in my entire life. You know, moms don't hang up the phone. You hang up the phone on moms because they don't stop talking. I went to London and I did the audition. I did it with Diego. We only did it once. And I was like, oh my God, I came all this way and I only did it once. I obviously sucked. I didn't get the job. You know, he didn't work with me or anything. And Tony just sort of looked at me and goes, all right, so welcome to Star Wars. It all happened within like 10 minutes. And then we go outside and he looks at Diego. He's like, hey, Diego, meet your new co-star. Adria, meet your new co-star, Diego. And it was one of those moments that you're like, is this happening? The casting director's having a heart attack. She's like, this is not the way that it's supposed to go. And it really isn't, for the credit of my performance in that audition, really is to Tony and who he is as a leader and as a creator. He knows what he wants and is very, very spot on. And that comes with costume, with production, design, with art department, with every single tiny element, with story. It also happens with casting. So that's a story I would never forget. Yeah, I think Biggs has this sort of facade of this like really strong, powerful, fearless woman, which she is. That doesn't negate that she isn't. I also do think that she has this incredible caring side that is sometimes detrimental to her own well-being. And that dynamic between her was really interesting for me and interesting to play. You know, I think she has everything sort of put together by the book. If you look at her, you're like, oh, she knows what she's doing, yet she gets in tricky situations sometimes. He's an incredible scene partner and an incredible just partner in general. He's a director. He's also been part of this world for so long and has lived in this character and understands this character so much. And he's also one of our producers. So all of that really came into play of like, he was just an open book to me in a way. And I asked him so many questions and he was so eager to share information. And he was always so communicative and helpful with scenes, and just an incredible person to truly work with. And he's incredibly nice. You're like, how? That's not fair. Too many good things. They build a city where we can walk around, where the camera can turn around anywhere. It was filmable 360. Any drawer that you would open, there was something in it. Every bar that you would go in, any restaurant. It was kind of impactful to walk in, especially that was my first set that I walked in. I just remember telling myself, I'm like, oh, I'm in Star Wars. I am really in Star Wars. And it just sort of helped to have that be so tangible and so practical, because you were in that world. You were actually in Ferrix. You weren't in a studio that they had a part of Ferrix. This was really Ferrix. And it was incredible. It was so helpful, I think, to the performance and to the show itself. I remember there was like this scene where I was running and there was like creature actors. And I remember walking, and you saw it on camera too. And I was like, oh, because, you know, they're the stars of the, you know, they're the true stars on set. And then he called cut, and he's like, can we not be so surprised? And I go, no, I know, but can you warn me? Can you show me pictures before? This is so amazing. This is so freaking cool. You're just living in, like, my inner child was at its peak, you know? I felt like I was in Disney World.
They're so proud of themselves, so fat and satisfied. They're everywhere. They're watching me now. learn enough, these days will end.
The first day on set was pretty special. I was so nervous and scared and excited, and I almost wanted it to end, but I never wanted it to end at the same time. And I just really held on to Diego, and he sort of helped me through it. Like I said, he's a remarkable scene partner, so he really understood, because he was me when he did Rogue One, you know. So it was cute. I was like an 11-year-old girl just going, ah.
There will be no rules going forward. People are standing up. That's what a reckoning sounds like.
I wasn't expecting the transparency in which I think Tony Gilroy works. I think I was expecting a really secretive world that you would never really know what your character was going to do, or you sort of got scripts on the day. So I was very, very prepared, but also really scared, because I was like, I never really know what I'm going to do. And it ended up not being the case at all. I always knew exactly what I was doing. I knew it in rehearsals. I knew it way before we even started filming. 5 months before we even started filming, I was having conversations with Tony, and he was telling me exactly what my character was going to go through. And it's just really exciting and really fun to work with someone that is giving you information, because information gives you power. It gives you power on set, and it gives you autonomy on your own character. Sometimes not knowing and that secrecy can sort of be detrimental to the actors, and he does not. He's old school. He's like, look, I trust you. We're in this together. We're a family. You're obviously not going to spoil it for fans, and I would never do that. At the contrary, all I want to do is protect the experience of the fans. So that was really surprising and amazing. I think he's brilliant. He knows what he's doing.